Today, we're gonna do a detailed film study to break down how Kevin No Love got his 34 points. We're gonna look at exactly how he did it with film. Alright? Now, first things first, you need to understand he did it against the Trailblazers, who are now the worst defense in the NBA. Absolutely dead last with a defensive rating of 109.7. So these guys, the Trailblazers, are the worst defense, and what made it worse in the Love 34-point game is that Aminu was injured. He wasn't even there. So they had Ed Davis replacing Aminu at the power forward position. This context, this lineup, and this team combined with their poor scheming allowed Kevin Love to catch fire and dominate them for 12 minutes straight. And the shot chart by Love was insane. Just look at it here. Like, you might get yourself on fire just looking at this. This is crazy. So there was absolutely no doubt that Kevin Love was hot. But what you need to understand is that Portland's D was tragically bad. The Blazers not only had a terrible scheme, they also executed it hilariously bad. It was terrible. So watch. So a bit of a disclaimer, so all footage belongs to the NBA that you see. I'm only using them as a reference for education, so YouTube fair use guidelines have been followed. So first things first, from the tip-off, you can see the scheme is to have Mason Plumlee instead of Ed Davis guard Kevin Love. You can see that because right here, watch, right after the tip, Plumlee went to Love. So this is the matchup the Blazers have chosen for the night. And the Cavs, on the other hand, you can see their game plan was to go to Love early because right from the get-go, this is a cross-screen post-up setup for Love. Now this is not an easy shot, he hit it. But that was the game plan, for Love to attack early. And you can see here, Kyrie and Love are about to run a pick and fade. And in the world of the Trailblazers, the dead last defense of the NBA, their scheme is to always drop Mason Plumlee back if he is the hedge defender involved in a pick and roll attack. So this is a pick and roll, pick and fade attack between Love and Kyrie, and Mason Plumlee is going to drop back. And when after Love and Kyrie sees this drop back, you can see they're like, run it again, because if he drops back, Kevin, rain it in his face. And that he did. And this drop back scheme, you can see it happen again and again. This shot did not go to Love, but you can see Mason Plumlee drop back again. And here, they run it again, another pick and fade. Look at Mason Plumlee drop back, which gives Love the open three. That's barely a contest. It does not matter. So the scheme and the matchup, terrible idea. Now that is also added upon that Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum are poor on-ball defenders. They're terrible, they're undersized, and they're bad. So watch Damian and CJ switch this here, that's fine, but you can see Plumlee just drops back again, worrying about CJ's poor on-ball defense. This is Plumlee playing in a way to cater to CJ's weaknesses by dropping back and guarding the paint, even though there's not much of a threat here. And because of that, this gives Love a little bit of open space. Once again, because of that drop back by Plumlee, that's all Love needs. Here it is again, this time it's Damian on LeBron, which is just going to be comical. Watch, LeBron's just going to push him all the way into the paint, get him out of the way. Help has to come over, which leaves Love in the corner. Bang! And worst of all is that Mason Plumlee guarding Kevin Love is absolutely out of his comfort zone because Plumlee is used to guarding opposing centers, not stretch power forwards. And because Tyronn Lue was a great coach, he recognizes that and he starts calling plays that puts Plumlee in terrible situations. This is a Horns attack and you can see Plumlee just a bit slow because he's not used to this. This is not what Plumlee normally does. And you can see it again this time on the weak side. Tristan Thompson is going to set a pin on Plumlee, freeing Love, cross-court pipe at LeBron. A bit late again and Plumlee is getting murdered. And yeah, Trailblazer fans, you need to understand this. Your defense, your team defense, it's just so bad. You can see it play out again and again here, and getting Love wide open. Now this time we got Maurice Harkless on Kevin Love because they have took Plumlee out. And watch, because CJ is so far behind on the screen, Harkless has to sag down and just, stop the passing lane to give J.R. Smith an easy dunk. Because of that, CJ's fault, really. This gets Love more window, and that's not a closeout. He was there, but no hands up. Easy shot again. CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard are getting their big man killed and opening wide open shots for Love. Here you can see Damian on Kyrie. LeBron's supposed to have a pick, and there's no resistance from Dame, which gives this terrible switch. LeBron posts up on Damian, you have to bring help. And if you have to bring help, a stretch four is going to end up open, corner spot again. bang. And at this point, Plumlee is back on, but that doesn't matter anymore because Love has gotten so hot, so he's gonna make tough shots too. That's what happened to NBA stars. You can't give them easy looks. They're in a rhythm, they're gonna kill you. So, not to take anything away from Kevin, because boy did he have a good game. But giving up 34 points in 12 minutes to one guy is an NBA disaster. And the Portland Trail Blazers are showing us why they are the dead last defense in the NBA, even though they have the third highest freaking payroll. This is a terrible defense in all accounts. The scheming is terrible, the execution is terrible. Damian Lillard and CJ as a backcourt on defense is a catastrophe. They can't get over screens, they can't stop ball penetration one-on-one. With this kind of defense, there is no winning. You might be a 500 team, you might be a 50-50 team, but this is a really, really bad defense. The Trailblazers have a lot to look at. And this also goes to show Cavaliers are amazing. I actually also noticed another thing in this game. If you guys enjoy this kind of video, add me a like and leave a comment in the comment section. I can also show you what I saw from the Cavs that I'm starting to realize. Like the defensive scheme they're planning to run on Steph Curry this year with their lineups. I saw it already in this game. I can do a breakdown on that if you guys want to see it. Let me know in the comment section, and pray for the Trailblazers, because this is one of the worst defense I have seen recently. Now, because obviously the Sixers the last 2 years are terrible, but you have to understand the Sixers weren't trying to win, right? And they try hard on defense, they just lack ability. This team has the ability to have not a lockdown defense obviously, but at least a decent defense, but they are doing terrible here. Terrible. In contrast, like JJ Redick and Chris Paul are also an undersized backcourt, but their defense is much better because, they try, and DeAndre Jordan's at the back line. I understand that, but just even then, the Trailblazers don't have the excuse to be dead last. Dead last! That's terrible. And, shout out to Kevin No Love. When he plays like this, he's not Kevin Love. He's No Love. Alright, thanks for coming by. Tutorials coming this weekend. Thanksgiving holiday, so happy Thanksgiving to everyone. So that's it. And I'll see all of you next time.